So here we go, that's where the dirt road starts, but I'm going to go this way. So this is a loop, Crediton State Forest. There's a campground here and an old hall. This was, I think this might have been like the centre of the logging industry when it was thriving up here. Usually the roads are really well kept up here too. I know the one to Eungella Dam, it's graded fairly often, so it's a nice road, not corrugated that much. Good on the lowest traction control option on the bike. You can just feel that little bit of slidey action without kicking in. The other two modes are pretty intrusive, I think. Like, if you're going to ride it on dirt, it needs to be either on the lowest setting or off. The other two settings are probably for on the bitumen if it's raining or something like that. I can't see any other time you'd use it. Nice valley. Back to bitumen. It was a bit unexpected. Geez, this would be nice if the whole thing was bitumen from start to finish on a sports bike, if I could ride one good. So where are we now? So that's a nursery road. We'll have a look at the Crediton Hall. So there's a campground here I want to check out and see if I'm going to come back one day. Let's look at this, this is awesome. I don't know how the GoPro is showing it, but this is pretty close, all the vegetation to me. lanes though. It's almost like a lane and a half instead of 2 lanes. Back to gravel. There's also a few tracks here that are closed to the public that you can ride back down to the bottom of the valley. It used to be really popular for 4-wheel drives until it got closed to the public. It's a bit of a shame because if you were really keen on the motorbike, you could go through there as well. Down that way. So here's campground, Crediton Hall. Obviously a very old building. I got a little bit of drone footage, just up as high as I can go and have a look at a couple of the surrounding properties and a bit around the hall. So now I'm going to go complete the rest of the loop and try and head towards the diggings. Still a bit wary on how being in a rainforest area with birds and that, how birds are going to react to the drone. There's a few cockatiels and that, and they sort of flew around and had a bit of a look and then went away. But if you had more like a bird of prey, I wonder how they would react. Would they try and attack it? Would they be scared of it when they get close, or go in for the kill? We'll see. This road's a bit worse. A lot of wheel ruts. I haven't let any tyres down or anything because I'll be back on bitumen in no time. It's a nice spot. It's a very nice view. Shame there's nowhere to pull off. The other thing when you go riding cattle, you're gonna have to try and do a bit of research on Google Maps, see where a lot of these roads go and come back a bit more informed. Sort of only know the main ones to get to the dam and that. You can't really get that wrong, but there's a lot of roads that crisscross here, and I'm sure there's a lot of dead end ones go just to properties. This looks awesome. Imagine the view from that house over there. Should have flown the drone from here. The other thing is, they probably wouldn't be able to hear it that much, but I don't want to upset anyone thinking I'm spying on them. Seems to be a bit of a thing with drones. Everyone thinks if you're flying one near them, you're spying on them, you're looking into their houses. That's not right for probably most people who've got them. The only way you could probably get good enough footage is if you were right up against the window, so that's a bit obvious. It's probably people who've got things in their yards they're not supposed to, they don't want anyone to know. So there is definitely a bit of a security and privacy thing with drones. I'm sure it's going to be more heavily regulated since it's a bit of a booming industry here. It's a bit crazy the sort of technology you can go to a local electronics store and buy as a consumer. Cattle yard. Come up to the Tina section, go left and go up for a bit, and there should be a turn off on the right.